for joining, Mama. I just farted in the chat.
Created live on Fireside.
Hello, everyone on Fireside, and welcome to another episode of the Culture Travels podcast. This week, I am super excited to have one of my favorite 12-year-olds, Miss Maya, on the show. Hence all of our poop emojis leading up to the broadcast, and then one of my greatest friends in the world, Manami, and we are going to be making mochi on today's episode of the podcast, and learning all sorts of different things from Manami and Maya's cultural heritage as sort of multicultural Canadians who have a family history coming from Japan. So welcome, Maya. Welcome, Manami.
Hi. Thank you. Hey, Erica. We're excited to be here too. Thanks for inviting us.
Oh, well, it's you know that ever since I started this podcast, I've been wanting to have you on. So, and hopefully we'll make it a sort of a more regular occurrence moving into the future. So, with that, we're making mochi today. Yes?
Yes, pumpkin mochi, or a pumpkin mochi cake.
And so anybody who is joining us in the audience, if you want the ingredients we're cooking with, you can find them over on roamancing.com. I've put the URL in the fortune cookie. And basically the ingredients that you need, Maya or Manami, can you just list them off for us?
Yes. So do you want to know how much you need, or just the ingredients?
Just the ingredients for now, so that if anybody wants to join us impromptu in cooking, they can kind of gather them out of their herds.
Okay. So you'll need mochi-ko, or glutinous rice flour, baking powder, white sugar, eggs, pumpkin puree, sweetened condensed milk, butter, and vanilla extract, and that's it.
Okay, wonderful. I'm excited about this, and I am kind of looking after my mom post a surgery at the moment, and she is super excited to be getting to sort of enjoy some of this later this afternoon herself. So thank you for teaching us how to make this, Maya. Now, Maya, where did you first learn how to make mochi?
Well, I think it was when I was about 2 or something.
Oh my goodness.
She's got a long memory.
We have a cultural center beside our house, and there was it's like this fair that they used to do before COVID, and basically all the kids lined up in a line, and there's like a big kind of a big barrel full of mochi, and they used to pound mochi before we had machines, so every kid could pound the mochi until it was ready. And so that was probably the first time I ever made mochi.
Yeah, so I actually was doing some research into the history of mochi this morning, and my understanding is that they believe that the Japanese people began to make mochi back in 14,000 to 300 BC. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah. And there's like archaeological evidence that sort of shows it as sort of increasing in home production in the 6th century with sort of the introduction of earthware steamers.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. We have actually.
Go ahead.
Oh, yep. Go ahead. Oh, no, I was going to say we've got my grandma's huge mochi ball. It's like this huge stone ball. bowl and a hammer. So we've got, I know we found that when we were cleaning up my parents' garage and we still have it in my parents' garage there.
Very cool. Have you ever made it with that before?
No, I think it's for big volumes. But we actually have a mochi maker. We kind of cheat. So it's kind of an electric mochi maker that we got from someone was moving back to Japan and they gave us theirs. So we do have an electric one, and you just put the rice in and the water, and it steams it, pounds it, and then just beeps when it's done. So I think that's the modern day mochi maker.
Yeah, because traditionally, like from what I was reading, you would you'd pound the rice into a paste and then mold it into its desired shape. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Or sorry, I was just going to mention the Japanese people eat it a lot for New Year's, like which is December 31st. We don't celebrate the Lunar New Year, but on December 31st, we'd make the mochi. And we actually put it in a New Year's soup. It's kind of like a miso soup with mochi in it.
Nice, nice. And so would that, because I know like a lot of mochi is kind of dessert oriented, but in that circumstance, would it be more savory, the mochi that you make in that case?
Yeah, exactly. It's just to plump up the soup. You can actually put soya sauce and well, it's a little bit of sugar on it if you wanted more savory mochi. But yeah, that's usually you're right. It is for desserts.
With yourself, did you first learn how to make mochi at the Nikkei?
Or
Am I
the
pronouncing that
center.
right? Nikkei Cultural Center?
Yeah, that's the way to pronounce it. No, I grew up. My grandma would make mochi or manju. Actually, it's called. So manju, it's kind of it's got the mochi on the outside, the pounded rice on the outside, and the red bean in the inside. So she would make that for all her family dinners, and she was part of a Japanese Canadian church. So she would make that for all their bazaars. They would have a bazaar, or like I guess kind of like a big flea market sale every year for the church, and she'd make about 300 of these manjus, which is the pounded mochi and the red bean inside. So I always love that dessert. But yeah, definitely this is a twist to it with the pumpkin mochi. I don't think she would make that, but traditionally it's for the dessert. It's they would make mochi, manju, so they'd have put mochi on the outside and then red bean on the inside.
Okay, and then I was when I was doing my research earlier too, I read about how because I read that there's a few different and you can correct me if I'm wrong here, that there's a few different mochis that when you're celebrating the New Year, that there was a few different sort of mochis that would like the one that you talked about in the soup, but there was also one
Yeah.
that you put tangerine on top of.
Oh, or like the for the, oh yeah, the orange, right? Yeah, the mandarin orange. Yeah, that's kind of I know I've seen that on my grandma had a little my grandma in Japan had a little shrine there, so she would have the mochi and then the little orange or the mandarin orange on the very top. So that's for New Year's they would put that in. But yeah, there's definitely the different types of mochi. The one that you pound with that comes out of the rice grain, and you pound it. And they used to be with that hammer that Maya did at this. That's the traditional mochi. The one we're using today is making mochi out of rice flour. So that's more kind of the dessert mochi. So it's the different types, but definitely the traditional is the pounded mochi, and you pound it and then you lay it out flat and you cut it into squares, and that's kind of the one that you use for celebrations with New Year's being the biggest one.
Interesting. And I was also reading when I was kind of doing my research online this morning too about because you talked about squares just now, and
Yeah.
one of the legends I read about had to do with because quite often you'll see mochis in circular formats.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. They're easier to stack, I think. That's kind of the New Year's mochi.
Okay, and but I also read like there's apparently a legend that comes out of a man who made a flat mochi, and as the legend sort of, and then um, I'll read it to you. It was just a very short little legend that well, I mean, there's probably a much deeper legend to the whole thing, but
Oh, that's cool. I know I haven't heard this one about the legend of the round mochi.
in the and I'm probably mispronouncing this, the Bungo no Kuni Fudoki, compiled in the late 8th century in the Nara period. A legend concerning mochi was described. According to the book, when a rich man made flat mochi from leftover rice and shot an arrow at it, the mochi transformed into a white bird and flew away. And after that, the man's rice field became desolate and barren. The
Ooh.
legend shows that round white mochi was historically held to have spiritual power.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, that explains it because I think the store bought one or the one they professionally make, I guess, is always round. But I think for if you're home making it, it's kind of I guess there's more waste with the round mochi because I guess you get the edges. But they must have a little stamp of how to stamp them all out.
Interesting. Yeah. There is. I had a bit of fun reading some of this because there's all sorts of different sort of. I guess the term would be superstitions. Around um, the importance of mochis and different ceremonies and celebrations. Like apparently there was in the once again, I apologize, but if I've never pronounced this, but Heian period, which
Yeah.
apparently was when they believed that, for at least from my reading, that mochi was kind of connected with the new year.
Yes.
It also became sort of an important part of the childbirth and marriage celebration.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I know I've seen mochi in a lot of shrines and that. So I think you're right. Yeah, you're definitely right. It's got that I guess spiritual element to it.
Yeah, and apparently at that time, the nobles in the imperial court believed that long strands of freshly made mochi symbolized long life and well being, and then while the dried helped to strengthen one's teeth.
Oh, it's a bonus there.
So that apparently was part of the reason for, mochi being an important part of the New Year's celebration.
That's funny there. But yeah, no, we really like mochi. And it fits in. My husband, Tristan, was diagnosed with celiac disease about 4 years ago, which means he can't eat any wheat. So the desserts we used to make with flour, wheat flour, cookies, cakes, all that, we don't eat anymore. But luckily, the mochi is gluten free. Although it's glutinous rice, it has actually no gluten in it. So yeah, we kind of are eating more and more mochi we've found in the last few years just because it does make gluten-free desserts. So that's a kind of a bonus for us.
Nice, nice. Well, there you go. It's clearly he was the right man to marry. So apparently, what I read with the importance of it at weddings is you were supposed to, and I don't know if he did this. Maybe this was like foreshadowing. He was supposed to go and at the bride's home 3 days after the wedding to eat mochi.
Oh, I think we missed that step, but that's okay. And yeah, no, I was just going to mention.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to mention. It just brings back memories because Erica was the MC for our wedding, so we just we seem to, it brings back memories of Erica talking about the wedding there.
Probably embarrassing memories of, oh God, what's she going to say now? To this day, you guys, well, I mean, there's so many reasons why you're among my favorite people in this world, but especially since I think you're the only people I know who will hand me a mic willingly at their wedding. As opposed to barring me from the microphone.
It was a bit of a risk, but it worked out very well.
What was I? So now, because you've spent some time in Japan.
Yes, I lived there as an exchange student, and 3 years working there.
And so, did you notice differences in sort of both, I guess, in the significance of mochi in society in Japan versus, kind of within your own family's sort of traditions in Canada?
Yeah, mochi is what we loved about when I lived in Japan and when we all visited was there's a lot of these little, I guess, family-owned businesses. They tend to be by the SkyTrain station, or sorry, not the SkyTrain, the train station, and they have these little mochi shops where I guess the owners make mochi every day, and then they sell it to people as they pass by or on the way to the train station. So it's definitely, yeah, it's a lot readily available, and it's kind of part of everyday life in Japan. It seems where you can just get some mochi on the way home or on the way there. So in our family, just because it was hard to make, and the thing with mochi is that it doesn't last very long. So we'll make the cake today, but you should probably eat it either today or tomorrow, or maybe 2 days. You can stretch it, but it goes hard quite fast as opposed to desserts that are made with wheat flour. So growing up with our family, the mochi desserts were sort of made just a few times a year because they didn't last that long, and you can freeze them, but it doesn't freeze as well as, say, the desserts with wheat flour. So I noticed in Japan, that society is much more. You can just buy what you need for the day, including fresh mochi. And whereas here, I think people tend to not go shopping as much, and so they like things to last a little bit longer, things that would freeze better.
Well, so I guess that also makes sense too on why mochi's sort of become such an important part of many celebrations.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because it's just that day that it's good. Yeah, so I think it's got I guess, a short shelf life there.
Interesting. And so, on that note, I'm going to ask you all sorts of other questions about learning more about your family's history in a little bit. For those of us joining us on today's episode, Manami mentioned earlier her grandma's manju, and so one of Manami and Maya's and my goals is actually to create a bit of we're playing around with some different modes of storytelling, including documentary, to tell a bit about Manami and Maya's family's cultural history as in World War II. So, and we've actually Manami's the name she came up with for the initial documentary that sort of pitch that we wrote together is was called Grandma's Manju after her grandma's Manju. So it's lovely to hear that brought up on the episode. But we're going to talk more about history and culture and things like that more later on the show, because I think we should probably start the cooking process. So Maya, what should we all be
Yeah.
doing first? What do we need to do
So
first in order?
well, do you have your ingredients already measured out?
I do not, because I thought that in case any of our listeners wanted to make alongside us, you'd still need to tell them how much of whatever, and give us the half recipe as opposed to the full recipe.
Okay, so first, if we're gonna start with our dry ingredients. So first, you're gonna take a bowl, and you're gonna want to measure out one and a quarter cup of mochiko flour or glutinous rice flour.
Okay, I
Yeah,
wasn't able to find the mochiko. Yeah, I wasn't able
It's
to
kind of
find the
hard to find.
mochiko myself. So, but I did find the glutinous rice flour. I'm right now, as I'm chatting with you, I'm in Hamilton, Ontario, and they have this fabulous grocery store that's supposed to be sort of international foods all around the world, but they specifically seem to specialize in foods from different parts of Asia. I was able to find several different varieties of rice flour, specifically the sweet rice flour. I did not find the mojiko though, but I think I bought the right thing. I'll show everybody just so if people at home don't know or haven't, seen Japanese rice flour before, they can see what it looks like. And Maya, if you want to show people what your mojiko flour looks like, that would be awesome too. But
Yeah.
here's one I found. This is right, the one I got, right?
Yes, we have the same one. We use that too sometimes if we don't have the mochiko. And this is what the mochiko would look like. There you go. I'm sorry.
Oh, there we go. Oh, that's fabulous. Thank you.
Okay.
And by the way, the
that's
pictures you guys sent me for my shopping were very helpful.
Oh, that's good.
That's the one we're using, but anything will work as long as it's just rice flour.
Yeah, I think it's sweet.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Or glutinous.
Yeah, sweet glutinous.
Okay.
Okay, so how much do we need of that in our recipe? For the half
So you're going to need 1 1/4 cup.
And what other things should people be gathering dry ingredients wise right now, Maya?
For the half recipe, you'll need 1 cup of white sugar and 1 teaspoon of baking powder.
Okay. So my 1 1/4 cup are now in my bowl. And me being me and a bit of a mess, am totally covered in the white rice flour currently. As a result, really I'm being circled. I'm being circled as a result by Mr. Linus here, which I'll show everybody. Mr. Linus is my mom's pup, and he's a big fan of me whenever I'm cooking, mainly because I have a tendency, apparently he doesn't like being on camera as he leaves the room. He's a big fan of my cooking simply because I have a tendency to be quite messy in my making of things. So usually a good position to be in the kitchen whenever I'm cooking is right underneath the counter. Okay, Maya, how much sugar did you tell me to put in again?
1 cup of white sugar.
Okay. Okay, so I've got my 1 cup of white sugar in there. And then the last thing was baking powder, is that correct?
Yes. 1 teaspoon of baking powder.
Okay.
And you might want to preheat the oven too. What's the temperature? Is it 350 degrees Fahrenheit there.
Okay. And Maya, when you go to your Japanese school, do you, because you go, is it Sundays or Saturdays that you go?
Saturday.
Yeah, and so do you make different recipes and things like that there?
Unfortunately, no, because COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you make things there before COVID?
Sometimes, yeah.
What sorts of things do you learn at Japanese school?
Mostly just like the 3 alphabets. Like how to read.
And some cultural stuff.
And cultural.
So if I were to say hello to you in Japanese and how are you today, how would I say that?
Since it's the morning, afternoonish morning, you probably say konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa?
Yeah.
Did I pronounce that right?
Yes.
Okay. And then how would I ask you how you are?
O genki desu ka?
O genki desu ka?
O genki.
O genki.
Yeah.
O genki desu ka?
Yes.
And what would your response today be in Japanese?
I'm sorry, I don't know.
Maya, just say hi genki desu.
Hi,
If you're fine, say hi genki desu. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And you don't
There's
have
actually a
anything to
restaurant.
apologize for. I'm the one that should apologize for not knowing any Japanese. I'm loving learning this from you, Maya.
There's
Thank
actually a
you.
restaurant across the street, and it's called Hi Genki. So that's like that's what you'd respond back. Hi Genki
Oh,
restaurant.
yeah.
That's what that's for.
And so is hi genki like I'm well, or?
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, so what do we do next here in the kitchen?
So if you haven't already, you're gonna add your dry ingredients together.
Okay,
Just gonna go ahead.
I've done that.
Okay. And then you're gonna want to measure out some pumpkin puree. So you're gonna want to add, for your pumpkin puree, you're gonna want to add about 14 ounces of canned pumpkin puree.
Okay, so I'm gonna need you to tell me how many, like when you measure yours out, how much 14 ounces is in cups. And the reason for that is I'm going to show you on my video here. One of the things I was really excited about when I went to the sort of the international grocery store, which is called Nation Foods here in Hamilton, was that I was able to find some actual fresh pumpkin. So, and I'm like such a snob when it comes to fresh pumpkin. I so prefer fresh as opposed to canned. And so last night and I don't know that it's showing it off particularly well, but I baked it in the oven last night so that it would be nice in a nice sort of pureed consistency today. So I just need to know how much of that to put into that I need to get aside. So approximately how much is that 14 ounces in cups there, Maya?
So that would be about 2 cups.
About 2 cups. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to do heaping cups because I love pumpkin. And so I want to I want to enjoy a lot of extra pumpkin. Now, do I put this into with my dry ingredients, or do I start a separate bowl for wet ingredients?
Separate bowl.
Okay. And should this be a big bowl or a small bowl?
Medium.
Okay.
It depends if you want to either add your wet ingredients to your dry ingredients or your dry ingredients to your wet ingredients.
Okay. Excellent.
So we're going to do our dry ingredients to our wet ingredients.
Okay. And so, did you ever get the opportunity to, either one of you, to make your grandma's manju with her?
Yes, I did. She gave us a lot of lessons to my cousins and I, but we found it quite difficult because it would stick to our hands. With the manju, we would have to roll it out and then put a little ball of red bean in it. That's the kind of the manju recipe, but it does stick to your hands. Whereas this one you sort of mix with the cake, so it's a little bit different.
So when you were growing up, Manami, what sort of manju did you typically make?
My grandma would always make the one kind. It's the one with the red bean in the middle. So it's like the pounded rice on the outside, but she made it with mochiko flour, kind of similar to this.
Okay.
And then
that one's the manju, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that's the manju. But there's lots of different types of manju. There's ones with like my mom makes them actually. It's little 2 mini pancakes. Then you have a little ball of red bean in the middle. And there's ones with kind of cakey kind of mixtures with the red bean in the middle. But yeah, she would always make the pounded rice, the mochiko skin, and then the red bean in the middle. And she would put food dye in it. We'd have the yes, I always like my grandma's manju with the red bean and the rice skin, the rice flour mixture, and on the outside. And actually, Maya doesn't like the red bean, so whenever she gets that type of manju, she takes out the red bean in the middle and just eats the the skin part. Yeah, the red bean's an acquired taste because it's azuki beans, and it's kind of like it's made with a lot of sugar, so they make it kind of into a paste. But I
Mm-hmm.
think it's kind of different. It's different to have beans that are sweet. So I think it's not
Mm-hmm.
her favorite or my husband's favorite. They just like the pounded mochi.
And so with your grandmother's manju being your favorite, do you make that at all yourself now?
You know what? We don't. Just because yeah, we're. I guess Maya and my husband's not a fan of the red bean. But what we do make from time to time is just the skin of it, and we don't put the red bean inside. And Maya makes that too. And it's not really I guess not really a traditional dish because usually you have something in the middle. But I know Maya makes. She just makes the skin part, which is quite easy to do. It's not with the actual pounded rice, but it's with the mochiko flour, and she'll put strawberry milk in, right, Maya? And you put yeah, and you'll make it a strawberry mochi.
Nice, nice. I was wondering about that because we were originally talking about making a strawberry one. So it's strawberry milk that you use in that one.
Yeah, and then you put a fresh strawberry in the middle too.
Nice, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I
made
saw
it
some
for our last.
pictures of that online. That looks quite
Yeah,
cool with
no,
the strawberry in the middle.
yeah, it's sort of refreshing. But Maya made it for, was it Christmas Day, Maya? Yeah, and it's funny. It was kind of cold here, so we left it outside to chill, and I think the raccoons got into it. So yeah, we left it outside to chill. And when we went to go get it after dinner, it was kind of demolished by the animals there. So we won't do that again. But apparently, it's popular with the wildlife too.
That's funny. And so Maya, you've got a few different cultures that make you up. So what culture, sort of, what's the ethnic culture on your dad's side?
Well, my dad comes from Argentina, so that's probably um the culture where my dad came from. But he did move to Canada when he was really young. So, but my grandma, I still go to my grandma's house and we make like traditional food together sometimes. So
Yeah, you and your grandma should be on an episode sometime and teaching us a little bit of the Argentinian cooking.
yeah.
That would be fun. With so when you have a different like holiday, like say Chris, like a special feast dinner like Christmas, and you make the manju, do you have different things from your Argentinian side as well?
For Christmas, there's not really a specific dish that we usually make. Sometimes my grandma will make empanadas, which is just it's kind of like bread, like a kind of dough, kind of like a dumpling almost,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll put meat inside, and then you'll fold the edges up, and it'll kind of looks like a half moon,
Oh,
and
fun.
we'll eat that. Yeah, yeah, we'll eat that. Sometimes we have it's called what is it?
Pollo nanana or no?
Oh yeah, orange chicken too. So it's just chicken and then like the special orange sauce that my grandma makes, and then you eat that with mashed potatoes. Or
Nice.
we'll have what is it called again? The bread, not empanadas.
Oh, milanesa.
Milanesa. Yeah, milanesa is just kind of like a schnitzel
Mm-hmm.
from
Mm-hmm.
Germany. It's just we pound out the meat and then you put it on with egg yolk and bread and then you just cook it, and then sometimes we'll put like tomato sauce on it and cheese, and we'll call that milanesa apolitana, which is just kind of like Italian kind of things because my grandma
Mm-hmm.
is half Italian. So,
Okay.
but we usually don't have a specific dish.
Yeah. Are you with sort of the mixture of the different sort of traditional foods that you've been learning from your two different sides of your family? Do you have you noticed there to be any kind of similar connections between the different cultures and how they celebrate or how they make food?
Well, the most similar one is that everybody just gets together and they eat food and just talk and stuff. And sometimes the desserts will be the same, but it's like fruit. We'll have fruit trays, and usually like meat or something. So, but yeah.
Nice, nice. I know that I always love eating at your house with the mixture of different and having been fortunate to be a guest at some of your family celebrations. I always love the mixtures of the different foods that one finds in your home and all the warm people. So what do we do next now here, Maya?
So you've got the 2 cups of pumpkin in, right?
Yep.
Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead. You're gonna add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract.
Okay. Okay. So I've got my 1 teaspoon in there. And I'm adding that to the pumpkin, is that correct?
Yes.
Good. Okay. And then what do I add next?
You're gonna add about 7 ounces of sweet condensed milk.
Okay, so do you know how much 7 ounces is in either cups or tablespoons?
Just about a bit less than a cup. So about
A bit less than a cup.
So like maybe half a cup and a quarter cup.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's
3/4 of a cup?
A little more than that, yeah,
Yeah.
0.875.
So maybe half a cup and then on top of that quarter cup.
Okay. So hang on a sec here. Oh, there's my half cup.
You don't want an egg, Erica? We're just noticing.
Sometimes I do, but I seem to forget that
These details.
yeah. So most of the time I seem to forget it. So hence sleeves with flour rice on them and probably all down my top right now too. I like to get into whatever it is that I'm doing. Fully embrace it. Okay, so I'm going to switch my camera around here so you guys can see what I've got so far. So this is the pumpkin wet mess that I have in front of me, and I've got my dry ingredients right here. What am I doing next, Maya?
So now you're gonna take half a cup of butter, and it's supposed to be melted or softened. So if you just want to cut half a cup of butter and then put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds.
Okay. And so, Maya, have you introduced any of your friends to your mochi before?
Yes. Well, I was planning to do a sleepover maybe, where we could use the mochi machine and make mochi together.
Oh, nice. And have your friends ever made mochi before?
I think so, but usually by the mochi by microwave. So that would have been what we would have done if we did the strawberry mochi.
Okay. I've never heard of mochi, mind you. This is my first time making mochi. Period. What is mochi by microwave?
It's like the skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, the skin that wraps around the red bean.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's sort of like it's kind of like tapioca, the consistency.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really jellyish. It's I guess it's Asian desserts. We're into the gelatinous rice But I noticed this in a lot of Chinese dessert dishes as well.
Yeah.
The mochi is, or
Yeah, or the kind of mochi, and as well as the pounded mochi. Like at T&T, a big Asian supermarket here, we can usually buy the mochi without any red bean, and it's we bought one something other we didn't like it, but just the gelatinous rice. It's kind of it's like a sweet rice, sweet rice paste.
yeah, I did read about when I was kind of doing my mochi research this morning that a lot of other sort of Asian cultures have adopted mochi from the from the Japanese culture.
Yes,
So you guys are
Korean cooking also mochi as well. Yeah, I guess it's all the Asian countries because rice is so such a big staple. It makes sense that it'd spill into the dessert area as well.
I always love it when I've been at different thing, sort of celebrations, and I'm able to try out foods in a different way than what I've kind of grown up with. Um, uh, what was I going to say? When I was in this is not Asian, but when I was in Egypt, one of the big discoveries that I had that was like really exciting to me, and it just touches kind of on a bit of what you were talking about with beans being used in desserts, is there they have a breakfast dish that is actually made out of beans, and I believe it can be had in a sort of a sweet way or in a savory way, and kind of like like the way you would have your porridge in the morning, you'd have this hot bean dish instead, and it was quite delicious.
Oh,
Like it was beans in a way that I'd never ever had them before, and I really quite enjoyed it. Something I definitely have to see. I should see if I've got an Egyptian friend who can teach me how to make it on the show one day.
yeah.
Okay, so I've added the butter in there. What should I do next?
You're gonna need 2 eggs.
Okay, yeah, got 2 eggs here.
And just
And do
crack
I
them
need to
into
beat them or
the.
anything beforehand, Maya? Or do I crack them right
No,
in there?
just add them straight. You can just
Okay.
add them straight.
Okay. Okay. Linus is very, very interested in what's happening here. He is hovering very, very close to the situation. Okay. Now, do I start to beat all this together?
Yes. You can use your hand, like a wooden,
Okay.
like spatula or spoon. We're gonna use our
Okay.
KitchenAid.
I'm using the fork method right now to kind of beat everything together. Is that okay? I can hear you guys have got a blender going there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would I be better to like blend this as opposed to doing what I'm doing right now, which is using a fork to kind of mix it all together?
It depends. If you want it a bit more like a thinner consistency, then probably use a blender. But if you don't mind like a bit it's not all together and as smooth, then a fork or a spoon should work.
Yeah, we usually
Okay.
use I would.
Yeah, we recently got this KitchenAid mixer for
Oh,
Argentinian
so
cooking.
it's a
Testing it
novelty
out.
in your house right now to use a KitchenAid.
Yes.
Okay, so I've got everything nicely beaten together here.
Okay. Then you're going to gradually add your. You're going to gradually add your flour.
Okay.
Your dry ingredient.
Okay, here we go.
Ice.
Oh, nearly lost the fork in the wet ingredients there. I'm thinking right now as I see how much this is made that the full recipe must have made a ginormous amount.
Yeah, no, the if you use the full recipe, it fills a 9 by 13 pan. So and then because it
Wow.
doesn't last that long. Yeah, it's good if you
Yeah.
have an event to go to, or yeah. But and the good news is you can freeze the pumpkin and the condensed milk. We were looking that up, so we have another ingredients for another batch of pumpkin mochi next time.
Oh, nice. I like hearing all the sounds in your kitchen.
I'll show you a photo of how it should look like. So
Okay. Excellent. That'll be the big test to see if mine looks anything like yours.
okay,
Your fresh pumpkin maybe gave it a different color.
Probably. I usually find it's a bit darker in the can.
here we are. So it should look like this.
Okay. I'm going to show you mine, and you can tell me if you can leave your camera on. You can tell me if mine looks like it's too runny. 1 second here. Okay. Does mine look like it's too runny, or I'll show you?
A bit. I mean, this is.
Oh, yeah, yours is much clumpier than mine. Huh.
Maybe because
should
our
I add a
butter
bit
wasn't
more?
melted.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Did you add extra pumpkin?
I added like heaping amount of pumpkin. So that could be
It's
it.
okay.
Too.
Maybe add a little more.
Yeah, just add maybe half a cup of rice flour and see what that'll quarter cup, sorry, of rice flour and see what that'll do.
Okay. I'm on that right now. Let's see. I'm turning off my camera because I cannot do both at the same time. 1 second here. Okay, it's definitely thickened up a bit. Still don't think it's as thick as yours, but it's thicker than it was.
It'll probably work. You'll just need to cool it down a bit longer.
Okay. It's always the interesting that it'll probably work. Love it. Okay, so what are we doing next, Maya?
So now we're gonna add our pumpkin mix into our buttered tray.
Okay.
Okay, and so.
Okay. And so what sorts of things will you be learning this afternoon in Japanese school? Do you know, Maya?
We might do some New Year's games.
Yeah. Sort of in celebration of the Lunar New Year?
Yeah.
And are there what sort of games would you are sort of traditional to the sort of the Japanese side of your heritage?
Well, there's a game called what is that one we look at?
Karuta.
Karuta.
Yeah.
And basically there's all these it's part of the alphabet and there's all these letters and then they do like a sentence with a letter in it and someone has to say karuta and hit the letter like a pachurika kind of.
Yeah. Sorry, like
And
in
then you say,
what?
have you ever played the game Picturica?
No, I haven't. How does that work?
It's like just pictures, and then you flip over another card with the same picture on it. No, I'm sorry, I'm void,
Oh,
and yeah, so
yeah.
it's kind of like that. It's someone reads a sentence with the letter in it, and you have to find the the letter in with the cards, and then put your hand on it, and then you get the card, and then the person with the most amount of cards wins.
Okay. Nice. And Manami, when you were living in Japan, were you teaching when you were there?
Yeah, we. I was teaching English for 3 years in Kobe City.
Yeah. And so did you learn, like, was there any sort of games that you discovered from the kids when you were there?
Um, Yeah, actually, working in the schools there, they had a lot of kind of special days. So they had this big sports day that would, I think that was more in. I'm trying to remember the months. It's been 20 years there, but I think it was in September was sports day, and they'd have all these relay races, and it was a big traditional day there where it was all day sports. And then they had in October a cultural day, Bunkasai, and that's when they would have singing. The choir would sing, and they'd have all the different types of arts. So yeah, that was really interesting there. But Japanese people like it very formal and very structured, and they would be rehearsing for weeks leading up to those events. But yeah, it wasn't really, there wasn't anything really casual. It was, for example, board games but yeah, I just remember those two sort of ceremonies in the school and the games that they would play, or I guess the activities they would do.
Yeah. Did you notice, were there sort of big cultural things that you noticed as big differences from, because you would be what, second generation Canadian?
Yeah, on my mom's side, my mom's from Japan. My dad's third generation. So yeah, I'm kind
Oh,
of,
okay.
yeah, second, third on, or fourth on the other.
Yeah, and so did you notice? Were there big sort of things that I'm laughing at myself because I'm holding my phone up as though I'm talking to you through the camera, and then realizing that you're not at all seeing me. Um, were there big differences that you kind of noticed from like from how you'd grown up and from how your family's culture has changed with sort of, because I'm assuming that your family's culture has somewhat changed from sort of the traditional Japanese. So what,
Yeah,
like,
no, yeah, yeah, because Japan today is, I think, quite different. But it was interesting because my dad is third generation, so he was born in Japan, and same as his dad. So yeah, I think we didn't do as much traditional Japanese. Like we spoke English at home, for example. That was our first language there. So it's just whatever. Yeah, we would visit my grandparents in the summertime or at in the school holidays there. But but yeah, so no, going to Japan was completely eye opening for me because we didn't have, except for Japanese school, I learned about those cultures there. But yeah, just going to, and being working in the school system and seeing their sort of holidays and their traditions in the school is different. But yeah,
well,
we
and
didn't
you
have too
you
many.
commented on the more formal too. Like it never struck me that your home family is more formal in nature. Like, was there quite a difference there between your family in Japan to your family here in Canada?
Yeah, I think, yeah, my family in Canada, we had my grandma who was from Japan on my dad's side. So she was more, yeah, she was more into the Japanese traditions, but we didn't do too much celebrating. Like we wouldn't eat mochi on New Year's Day, for example. We kind of adapted, but we would have a huge family dinner at my grandparents' place on New Year's Day, for example. But yeah, and my mom actually it's not a fan of the Japanese traditional foods for a celebration, so she wouldn't make those. A lot of, especially for New Year's, it'd be cold dishes like yeah, everything I guess in Japan because they wanted it to be more hands off at New Year's. So they would pre-make all these dishes and they would kind of eat them cold. So we wouldn't have, because my mom wasn't a big fan, we wouldn't have those foods and that. So it was neat to go to Japan and kind of discover those, and for the first time, even though I was Japanese Canadian. But it was kind of neat because I was with other teachers. We were from all over the world, so Canada, the US, Australia, and England. And so I kind of felt like I was discovering the culture with them for the first time, even though I had a Japanese, culture.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know, like, I'm very much Canadian, with ethnicities from many, many different cultures, and it's always, I think it's an interesting question, when you're asking somebody who's, several generations kind of, Canadian, because, well, and I guess on my one side, I think I'd be the first generation. Well, I guess the first generation is one that moves over. So my dad would be the first generation, and then so I'd be, I guess, second generation Canadian on that side. And then like you said with your dad, with my mom's side, she's been here, her family's been here several generations. So but it's interesting because I wouldn't know what, as you said, what the culture is in those places necessarily, right? So, like, I think I've got a mixture. Yeah, especially don't know much about my Russian side, because my nana was always taught, because of the Cold War and because of having a variety of things throughout history, to hide that side of her for her life, right? She had to hide that side of herself, and so and so when my mom tried to ask her if she could teach us those things and teach us how to speak Russian, she refused to, because for her it had always been a danger, and so she didn't want to teach her her grandchildren something that could be considered dangerous. One thing I do wish, though, is I wish I'd learned how to cook and things from her, because she had she used to make goulashes and all sorts of different things that would have come from, and I have no clue. I do have a recipe. My mom has a recipe book of hers, so I should look through there and see if I can find some of those recipes.
Yeah.
Well,
no, I was going to mention
so
it was the same, because that reminds.
Go ahead.
With my dad as well, like, and my aunt, his sister and brother, they didn't. I think that's one of the reasons why they didn't teach them Japanese. I mean, they know a little bit about colloquial. They know colloquial Japanese, because my grandma actually didn't speak much English, even though she was here for, I guess, 80 years. But because they had they lived on a farm, and they hired basically Japanese laborers to work on the farm. I don't think she spoke a lot of English, or she didn't have to. So she didn't speak a lot of English, but she didn't teach my my dad, and my aunt and my uncle didn't go to Japanese school. And I think it was for that reason. It was just the after the war, it wasn't really encouraged. They wasn't encouraged that they embrace their Japanese roots or anything. So yeah, very similar.
And but you did go to Japanese school, yes?
Yeah, my mom was actually a Japanese school teacher, so I had to go. I didn't like having my mom as a teacher, but she was my teacher in Japanese school. Oh, I think that we got a question here. Do you find hard to get? From Matt. Do you find it hard to get Japanese special ingredients locally? I'm let down by the section here in Portland, Oregon. Oh, interesting. Accept request. It's we're actually kind of lucky. I remember growing up, we had to go to, there's one Japanese store called Shimizu Shoten, so we'd go there. But now, because of the influx of Asian stores, we can get more Japanese ingredients. Just even T&T, the Asian supermarket, and because we have a cultural center across the street. We can get quite a few ingredients here. Yeah, and Maya's saying Trader Joe's, and I guess all the different health food stores, right? They have the different ingredients. But no, we don't get a lot. And before, I remember my mom would ask my grandma to send us special ingredients through by mail, or when she would go over there, she would stock up her suitcase and all the different ingredients. But now I think she just goes to all the different Japanese supermarkets. There's about 3 of them in Vancouver, Richmond, and Burnaby that she goes to, and we can get almost everything there. So yeah, I would think Portland is probably better than a lot of U.S. cities for Japanese ingredients. And Seattle, of course, is big too. I know they have a Japantown.
Yeah, Seattle, I think would be. Oh,
Oh, sorry about that, Matt. I was actually just going to ask about your
okay.
experiences growing up
Yeah, go ahead.
in Portland, Oregon. But really quickly, I just wanted to quickly ask Maya, should I be sticking this in the oven?
Yeah, we already did that.
Okay.
It's for
How long am I
It
sticking?
actually takes an hour.
I put it in for 45.
Yeah.
It's usually an hour for the big dish, but since when it's not as big, that 45 minutes, and then I'll check it. I can check on it, and then if it needs more time, I'll probably add 10 minutes. So.
Yeah, it does burn.
Okay.
We have burnt it, leaving it in for an hour.
So Matt, I'd love to hear about your sort of experiences with your Japanese culture.
Yeah, well, I'm not Japanese, to be clear, but I did have the fortune with some friends of mine out of college. We got to live in Tokyo in the Uguisadani as prefecture. I forget the word, like the area of the city, for a month, and had the train pass and got to travel. So I enjoy Japanese cuisine. I enjoy the culture a lot, but I don't. I'm a white. I'm not. I don't have any Asian heritage.
Yeah. Do you?
But I've lived in Portland about 15 years, though.
Okay. And do
Nice.
you just sort of being on the west coast of the U.S. Sort of Manami and I touched a little bit earlier on sort of some documentary stories that we're building from her family's heritage of their experiences in World War II. I'm guessing, well, I know that certainly along that west coast of the U.S. there's a similar sort of history where a lot of the Japanese were displaced from their homes during World War II on the coast. Are you familiar with any of the sort of the like in Vancouver, we've got sort of a series of different educational and museum places where people can kind of learn about that history. Is that happening in the States as well?
We do. So you're in Vancouver, British Columbia?
That's correct.
Right? Okay, I just always think Vancouver, Washington, because that's closer to, that's right across the river from Portland. But anyhow, yeah, there's a little Japanese museum about the internment stuff in downtown Portland, in Chinatown, but it's pretty small. But we do have a really nice Japanese garden. We also have a nice Chinese garden. And the Asian cuisine is certainly better than what I grew up with in Marietta, Georgia, which is right outside of Atlanta, kind of up north in the suburbs. So I think overall the selection is better, and the quality of food is better. Although I think everywhere that's getting better as you get more of those organic chain groceries and that sort of things.
Yeah.
But as far as Japanese markets, I mean, we used to have a really good small one by the convention center that they even had like the heated coffee in a can you could get by the checkout thing. That's so strange. That's like what I miss the most for whatever reason. But but otherwise, you have kind of like a big sort of catch-all Asian. I think it's called like Uwa Jamaya or something. It's like some chain of Asian stores that kind of has a mixture of different things, and they have some Japanese things, but it's just quite limited unless you're looking for things like tea or kind of more common ingredients. And of course, the prepared stuff, like you mentioned, like mochi covered ice creams or things like that at Trader Joe's or Costco. That stuff's sort of easy to find. And I didn't use.
Yep. Yeah, no, definitely. Maya loves that mochi covered ice cream. That's one of her favorites.
What is mochi covered? I've never encountered that one yet.
Oh,
There's so much I need to learn
it,
about.
So good.
Sorry, go
it's
ahead.
fun. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, it's basically that pounded rice that I was talking about. Usually you have red bean in the middle, but now they've modified it so you have ice cream in the middle. Then it's the rice, pounded rice on the outside, and you have green tea in the middle. Or Maya likes the green tea or milk tea, and mango, which Maya's not as big a fan of. It's a little bit sweet, but yeah, they sell it at Costco. I think it's kind of part of this bubble tea rage too. Yeah, I don't know if it's the same in Portland, but yeah, there's lots of bubble tea stores. So it's that tapioca sort of, now they have bubble tea ice cream bars as well with the tapioca balls. But yeah, it's definitely a lot more choices than when we were growing up.
And Manami, do you have any of your sort of extended family living on the west coast of the States at all?
You know what? We have relatives in LA or California.
Texas.
Yeah, and then we have my cousin lives in Texas, but yeah, we have we're not in touch with them as much, but we do have family in the Los Angeles area.
Have you ever, that they ever mentioned, just for Matt's purposes, have they ever mentioned where they get their sort of different Asian ingredients and their different Japanese ingredients?
No, yeah, I know. Our cousin in Texas, I think her daughter actually worked at a Japanese grocery store, like a convenience. They call it convenience store, but convenience store. But yeah, I don't think I haven't gone into too much detail with the relatives in Los Angeles there. But I would think there's quite a bit, and because they have a large Japanese population in LA.
Yeah, it's funny when you start thinking about like sourcing out ingredients in the different places around the world. There's another show which actually inspired this show on Fireside that we haven't done for a number of months, but I think we should do again. It was starred by Rafe Talmont, and it's called the Social Cooking Club, and it's basically a bunch of us, all from different sort of ethnic and cultural backgrounds who and from different parts of the world. Mind you, they're all European based and I'm the lone North American. And we get together and cook together on and we sort of pick a dish. And so, but we don't share a recipe. So it could be, so we did something with shrimp last time. I can't remember what it was, but uh, we sort of say, okay, we're going to make, shrimp something or other this week. And then each of us has to figure out, how we're cooking that thing. And then we just sort of get together in the kitchen and start cooking together and talking together as we're cooking and, comparing how we're making, our various different recipes. And inevitably, we also get into this conversation on sourcing out ingredients. So there was one particular week where, because it was like rhubarb season in Vancouver, I was sort of, suggesting we cook, something that involved rhubarb, and it sort of led into this really interesting conversation on the sourcing out of different, food in different places, and how difficult that can be. One of the gentlemen, I think I'm pronouncing his name right, Sargiv, who joins us on the show. He's living in Poland, but he's from India originally, and so that also adds into that interesting mix of finding those ingredients that he's used to and cooking some of his favorite childhood dishes. So
Yeah, no, that reminds me. I was sorry, Erica, to interrupt you. When I was living in Japan, it just reminded me I would ask my parents to send me red licorice because like the Twizzlers or the nibs, because that's the one thing I couldn't find in Japan. But you do miss certain ingredients, right? And yeah, there's some things you just can't get, so you've got to you got to get it sent over. But I'm sure, I guess now with Amazon and that, you could just order it online. It's a lot easier. But back in those days, it was, you'd have to get someone to send it to you by mail.
Yeah, well, and it's even like, so I always find it interesting whenever, because I've very much gotten used to Vancouver, and like our I would say Vancouver has quite an Asian culture, uh, and which I love, um, and I'm so used to, as a result, in going just to the regular grocery store and pretty much finding everything I need. Whereas whenever I'm in sort of Hamilton for extended periods, hanging out with mom, um, it's very different because here the sort of culture that emigrated to this area tends to be more German and Italian. And
Yep.
so, I'll find all sorts of German and Italian things in the grocery store that I'd never find in Vancouver. However, I can't find any of my like Asian staples. They're slowly getting better, and now I've discovered this nation's foods that has like my eyes were popping out of my head yesterday because it's got just an awesome variety of different Asian food to find there. But it is interesting because my mom said, "Oh, I'm sure you can get that at the grocery store about the glutinous rice." And so the nice thing is you can actually look up what's in the grocery store these days, like online. And I'm like,
Yep.
nope. They just had the rice flour that's like kind of the generic sort of rice flour substitute that people use when they're a celiac. So it's like one made
Yes.
by Clubhouse, like as opposed to what I'm guessing the Japanese rice flour is likely different. Would I be correct?
Yeah, no, there seems to be, there's the glutinous rice flour, and then there's the sweet glutinous rice flour. So they are
Yeah.
different because we've used just the plain straight glutinous flour and with the cake, and it didn't turn out very well. So yeah, there definitely is differences. But yeah, we've noticed with my husband being celiac, we visit quite a few of the Italian stores in Vancouver there, just looking for, say, gluten-free panettone, which is the cake, or kind of like I guess with dried fruit, like a dried fruit bread. And we get more and more selection too, but we are visiting all the different Italian markets and the Spanish markets for that kind of thing as well. I was just going to add, my husband's just telling me we actually got the Mochi flour on Amazon, so we didn't actually get it at the. Yeah. Yes, yeah. No, that's we don't order a lot of ingredients, but a lot of the gluten-free stuff. Yeah, and my husband's saying it's the cheapest too. So
Oh, is it? Nice.
yeah, I mean, it's nicer to get it in a store, and to talk to the people there about. But yeah, we did get this on Amazon.
Maya, I would love to know about what your favorite part of Japanese school is.
Probably like playing like the Japanese games.
Yeah, yeah. And you've been to Japan before, haven't you?
Yeah, when I was 5 or something.
Do you remember much of it?
A bit. Yeah.
What did you most enjoy when you visited Japan?
Um, Probably when we went to the Universal Studios.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
And
Go ahead, Matt.
I really, because me and my dad, since we don't like red bean, we've been trying to look all around like all the Japanese stores to find dango, which is just we what three big mochi balls, just like solid mochi, on a stick, and there's like a pink mochi, white mochi, green mochi, and we've been wanting to find that, but we can't find it anywhere. So, but in Japan, I loved it because you could just walk out of the train, and then there was like all these people selling dango, or you just walk them in the store, and then they would always have it there. So that was really nice. But now I can't find it.
Can't find it here in BC.
No.
I think
Have you
we
ever
definitely
tried
enjoyed the
ordering
food.
online? Yeah.
No, not really. We do have Uber Eats, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, we do have a couple of Japanese bakeries, like the what's the one in Port Moody, Cake Ya, and I think they have they have manju, but they have the red bean inside. But they have one with chestnut inside and also strawberry inside too.
Ooh.
But
Ooh, chestnut sounds like
Yeah,
it would be really good.
yes, yeah, kuri. The chestnut's a big dessert ingredients in in Japan.
When you were growing up, Manami, what was your favorite part of Japanese school?
Um, Yeah, I think honestly, it was. I wasn't that into the studying, but I was more into the social aspect. So I had friends there, and we would, kind of sort of get together and study our Japanese characters, and it was more getting to know the Japanese. It was mainly Japanese Canadians that were in Japanese school there. So it's a good way to get to know the Japanese Canadian community. I didn't have any Japanese Canadians in my class, maybe because I was in French immersion. So it was a good chance
Oh,
for me to
okay.
meet other
Yeah.
Japanese, yeah, in the community there. And even now, my relatives still go to a dentist that was his son was in my Japanese class, and I just find the Japanese Canadian community tends to kind of want to uh, kind of stick or to go to their medical professionals that are part of the community. So I still hear about my old classmates and their parents and what they're doing. So that's kind of neat.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. It's um uh I think some of that's quite similar in some of the other, sort of cultural groups, around the lower mainland. I know I go to a Korean doctor, and I think I'm like
Yep.
I think I'm the only white girl. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Especially the kind of the older generation. Maybe they don't speak. They're not comfortable speaking English. I know my grandma always wanted a Japanese doctor there because I guess she felt more she could sort of talk to them more, ask for their advice. But yeah, and the dentist and all the different. If you could get a Japanese doctor, you would go for it, right?
yeah, yeah. Well, and it certainly makes a lot of sense language wise. Now, do you get many opportunities to practice your Japanese?
Not so much anymore. No. I speak Japanese to my mom, of course. But my grandma passed away. I guess it was in 2017. So that was it's basically just my mom. And once a year, I write my in Japan. There's a tradition of writing New Year's cards. So it's like a
Mm-hmm.
little postcard, and so I do write my New Year's cards, and that's a big thing for me because I look up all the Japanese characters and I, do a little newsletter up in Japanese. And I think I
Good
kind
for
of make a
you.
big effort because that's the only, it's the only time I write Japanese and basically, I look up all the kanji there. So I see, okay, I can do it once a year.
Yeah, well, that's impressive though that you remember it well enough to do it once a year.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it's
especially if you're
kind of,
not using it regularly.
yeah, I do get my mom to proofread it. I have to admit, my newsletter there. So, and now it's easy to look up all the characters. But yeah, no, I don't think I would. I'd probably end up saying something offensive if my mom didn't read it over.
Yeah, yeah. And so does Maya. I guess Maya's main Japanese speaking outside of school would be with your mom then.
Yeah, I think so. Maya. Oh, I think she just went out for a second there. But you call it. Yeah, no, she exactly. I think she's just typical in that I guess she's shy about speaking it. So we speak to her. I would speak to her in Japanese with my mom, and she always answers in English. But we try to tell her to, she's got to practice it, or she's going to lose her Japanese. My Aunt Erica
Yeah,
just got
and
here
then
asking me Japanese.
oh, I was curious, Maya. Go ahead.
usually I try to speak with my grandma from my mom's side, and my aunts from my mom's side too.
Oh yeah, that's right, Engineering. Cool.
But usually I don't really speak with my mom that much because my dad doesn't really understand. So
Yeah, but you guys speak Spanish in the house, though, don't you?
yes, my mom says she's learned the language,
Oh,
I can
okay.
but
understand.
she really and so yeah, that's basically it. And usually well, I speak Japanese school all the time at my Japanese school. Obviously, Japanese at my Japanese school.
Yeah, yeah. And do you have friends at your regular school that you sometimes speak Japanese to?
No.
Yeah, I think
Do
about
any
one
of them
Japanese
go?
friend, but they speak.
No, none of my friends go to Japanese school.
Interesting. And so you're trilingual, right? Meaning you
Yeah,
speak 3 languages?
yeah,
Well, that is impressive. It's I love I
yeah,
love I love that I always I love like hearing you speak, like when you speak, Spanish to your dad and stuff like that. I don't think I've heard you speak Japanese until today, but yeah, that's kind of cool, especially in North America, because a lot of people here don't speak as many languages as, say, if you're over across the pond in Europe, or
Yeah, that's
or
true.
or somewhere. Yeah, or I imagine in Asia too, they speak more languages than they probably many more
Yeah, not so much in
than we do.
Japan, but yeah, yeah. No, it's yeah. When you're younger, it just seems like they pick it up so easily. So, but yeah, trying to learn a new language now, I would definitely, it takes a lot more effort, I think.
Yeah, it's something I wish I was better at. I'm good at learning, please and thank you and all that kind of stuff in different languages. So speaking of which, what is thank you in Japanese?
arigato.
Oh, arigato. Okay, I have heard the arigato before. Arigato for sharing with us, Maya and Manami. Oh,
This is
who we got there? Oh,
Puma.
cute. Is it, who's
We're,
who
we're
who?
baby. My mother-in-law's cat.
Oh,
Poom
okay.
poom. Poom poom.
Puma's
She's
a
one.
big cat.
Yeah, she is, or he is. Sorry, I keep saying she, but
Poom. Look, Poom. Yeah, Puma. Say hi.
It's good to know that you guys are good at babysitting cats because Ella sometimes needs a babysitter.
yeah, no, that's no. Yeah, no, just yeah, we do babysit. We babysit dogs and cats. Maya
Oh,
loves
good.
animals.
Yeah, yeah. Um. So, so how are we doing in the oven over at your house?
So at our oven, we're looking at about what is happening? 18 minutes left.
18 minutes
Yeah,
left.
it's a lot. That's the thing with mochi; you have to cook it quite a lot of time. And the other thing is, it's better to let it cool off. We let it cool off for about 2-3 hours because if you cut into it, I guess like a regular cake, if you
No,
cut into it too early, it's
I
more
love it.
runny. Oh, Maya likes it. Yeah, but let it cool down for at least an
Yeah.
hour.
I'll show you what's
Yeah.
happening in my oven right now for everybody who is very kindly hanging in there with us now. Thank you for everybody who's joining us today, by the way. But here is what's happening in my oven right now.
Oh, nice. I think it's
I imagine
rising.
it does seem to be, and I can kind of see, like, how it's getting a little bit round at the edges there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, as I mentioned, it does burn. So just watch out as soon as it turns brown. They say it's an hour, but we've never, maybe it's our oven or we do it in a convection oven, microwave convection, but it seems to cook a lot faster it seems to be ready a lot sooner than an hour.
Well, also you're doing a smaller amount than what the recipe calls for.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, even with a full recipe, we put it in maximum, I think, 45 minutes. Although sometimes it is a little bit wet in the middle, so you have to keep kind of putting it in there. It browns around the edges really quick, and then the middle takes a bit longer.
Yeah, and so when you're testing that, do you do it the same way you would like, kind of a flour cake where you kind of stick in the little pokey thing to see if it comes out clean? Okay.
Yeah. Stick a toothpick in the middle.
A huge shout out to everybody in our audience who some who have been with us the entire time. Mark and Michelle and Fareed and Deborah, and I think Jackie and Paul were here early on, or Pal were here early on in the show too. And welcome to our newcomers of James and Tracy and Kathleen. If anybody, we're just sort of coming to the tail end of our show here. These culture travel shows when we cook have a tendency to be a bit lengthy because we cook as we talk. But as we come to this tail end of the show, if there is anybody who has any questions for Manami and Maya, and we have somebody who's looks like they're invite you up, Kathleen. If there is anybody who has any questions for Manami and Maya about whether it's could be about anything, although if it's mochi making or their sort of how their cultures between Canada and some of learning about the Japanese side of their culture from their family growing up, or things you'd like Maya to teach us on future shows. She's got a whole Argentinian side to her culture as well. Or just wanted to share about some of your favorite Japanese food or places to find ingredients or things like that, you're invited to come on up. And on that note, Kathleen, it's lovely to have you here.
Hey, I actually just sent you a message that said better late than never, because I tend to see things as I'm, doing a dog walk or something like that. And I'm like, oh, I really wish I had been a part of that whole thing. I'll just pop in at the end. And but I do have a question because I know that there's cultural mannerisms that go along with a lot of Japanese food and eating. And is there any tips when being somewhere and being introduced to Japanese food and culture? Are there any signature things that most people do incorrectly that we can just do a simple improve upon?
Yeah, no, a good question. I know one that comes up a lot is slurping your noodles. In Japanese cooking, there's a lot of dishes with noodles, like the udon noodles and the soba noodles that are in soup. And in Japan, it's actually a sign that you're really enjoying your food when you slurp up the noodles, which you wouldn't might be considered rude in the Western culture. But in Japanese culture, it's fine to kind of slurp up your noodles with the soup. It shows that you're really enjoying the meal.
That's awesome, because I have a tendency to really enjoy my food, and now I don't have to feel so self-conscious about that.
Yeah. No, it's hard to slurp silently, right? So it's good.
Yes, definitely. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I love that.
Yeah. Is there anything you think of, Mitch? No. Yeah.
I have a question with that too now. So growing up, I've learned a fair bit about the sort of Cantonese culture between Andrew's family and my cousin's husband's family, and I was always told that if you drop stuff around your plate in the Cantonese culture, that that was this was Kenny's family who told me this. It was a sign that you were gonna have an ugly husband. So is there? What's that?
What was that? If you drop your food around your plate, you're going to have what kind of husband?
An ugly husband.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Being a bit of a slob, I of course, drop food around my plate all the time. Is there any sort of little little wise tales or things like that you were told growing up, as far as tied to the Japanese culture?
Yeah, not so like not. There's kind of a lot of ceremonies, like in the Japanese culture. There's the Tanabata festival, and if that's you could make a wish and you kind of tie it on a piece of paper and you kind of put it to a tree. I think that's maybe or so yeah, that's kind of like that. There's a lot of traditions with the temples and that, but not so much with food and that. Like if you do a certain thing. But I know that when you go to the temples in Japan, if you buy a certain charm, like you want to say good-looking husband, you kind of buy this certain charm, or if you want successful. You want to get into the university of your choice, and you buy this sort of charm. So it's more kind of that kind of thing there, that you kind of get a charm, or you make a wish do some sort of tradition at the temple.
Well, that would take a lot of egg stuff of my eating at family dinners with Kenny's family.
That's funny though. That's a good topic of conversation there. Maya just pulled our pumpkin mochi cake. I think she'll turn on the camera. It's nice and brown so I think another couple minutes would have been burnt. So it's a good thing. We didn't even leave it in for 45.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah.
And so now normally you'd let this sit for 2 hours before you eat it. Is that correct?
About it depends how like runny you want it to be. So 3 hours maximum, I would say, if you want it to be like super chewy and hard. But otherwise, just 1 hour is going to be a bit more runny, and then 2 hours is kind of in the middle.
Okay. I'm going to, and you've got a bunch of lines across your cake there, Maya. Was that you poking at it to see if it was ready or not?
No, it's just when I do the cake, it's more like when I take the spatula, I just go like this, and it creates kind of lines for a nice design. So then it looks just nice.
Oh, I like that. Okay, I'm bringing mine out right now, and I'm not sure that mine's ready yet, so I'm going to do a little poke, but I'll show you what it looks like. There's mine, and so I'm just going to do a little poke test. Oh, I think it is ready. There's nothing on the...
Oh, nice.
Nope, there's nothing on, so I'm guessing that's ready then. Yes?
Yep. It looks brown.
Oh, that's very exciting. Mine's got this nice orangey color to it, and it's got you can see the little streaks of the actual pumpkin in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so just because we are currently on camera and because we are about to end the show, as opposed to having people wait, a couple hours, why our cake rules. I am going to cut a little piece out of my cake and break the rules here, just to give everybody a sort of sneak peek on the experience here. And like I said, so Roamancing, which is sort of our travel and culture magazine, I will be putting the recipe up on there. So anybody that either missed the recipe or didn't write it down as we were making it, you will be able to find it on there later. Okay, so it's definitely very gelatinous at this stage of the game.
Oh, nice.
It's supposed to be like that right now, right, Manami?
Yeah, exactly, because we're going to cut a piece too. So it should be quite, because it's hot. It's very gelatinous when it's hot, and as it cools down, it'll get more and more solid.
And I'll just show you what I've got happening here. Hang on a sec here. This is what I have happening here. A certain creature who's like, oh, cake just came out of the oven. Yes. Where's mine? Oh, look. See, he's licking his chops and going for the knife. Okay, Linus.
Do you think
we're getting the golden retriever approval?
So ours, you can see ours is a little bit, it's very buttery, but it's a little bit soft, too soft, right?
But it's very bouncy.
Yeah. So basically, cut it in squares. It wouldn't yeah, it wouldn't really stay in the squares maybe, but do you want to try it, Maya?
Sure.
It's definitely meeting the golden retriever approval here. You're good, Maya?
It's Maya.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to, now that I let Linus have a lick of what I was going to eat, I'm getting a new knife and having a proper taste. Now, Manami, or sorry, Maya, if somebody was to want to, like, you know, put these into circular balls, would they wait till it cooled down a bit and then kind of do like a little roll and put them into balls and put them on a plate?
Yeah, you could, but if you already cook it, you can see how there's a. If you just turn the camera, there's like a crust here. So then it would be a bit like when you're eating it, it wouldn't roll as good, and then it would be kind of hard all around, and then in the middle there'd be like chunks. But you could do it as long as you put a bit more butter, so then it's more liquidy kind of.
Yeah, the mochi that you put into the you roll out, it's not really, it's more the actual pounded rice rather than the mochi cake. This one's kind of made with of course the rice flour, but also egg and butter. The mochi with that you pound and you roll out in sheets is more the pure pounded rice, and then you roll it out in sheets and you can put it into shapes like the squares or the little discs. But yeah, this is kind of more like a cake. I guess now it's really soft, so I guess it would be the time to bring it up.
Just wait like about 10 minutes.
Yeah. But generally, yeah, it's kind of like a cake. We just, I'll show you, Maya's cutting it around the edges and just cooling it down.
So would you call this one a mochi cake as opposed to, like, you know, your sort of, where did I put my glasses? There. As opposed to, like, you know, kind of the sort of the other form of mochi?
Yeah, exactly. It's more a mochi cake. So rather than the pounded mochi, that could be, could be savory or sweet. This one's kind of a dessert. But the manju my grandma would make would be out of the mochi flour. She wouldn't use it on, she wouldn't use the pounded mochi just because it's kind of too thick. But this one is more, it's kind of more a mixture. So it's more like a dessert to kind of we call it mochi cake. Although the recipe is just pumpkin mochi. But it's funny, we Maya's begging and there. We have a farmer's market across the street from us at Nikkei Center, and there's a vendor that sells mochi there with green tea mochi and coconut mochi, and I think there's butter mochi too. It's all, Maya's leading me somewhere. Are you want to sit down?
Now, with the farmer's market you've got across the road from you, just for anybody who's sort of from the Lower Mainland here, is there a little bit more of a Japanese theme at that farmer's market, just given that you're at the Nikkei Center?
Yeah, I think they give a preference to Japanese vendors. I noticed they are, I guess, vendors that have a connection with Japan. I noticed there are quite a few. So, for example, there's a lot of crafts that are made out of Japanese materials and cloths, and they have the Japan, and then a lot of the food that they sell. I think there's one farmer who's got Japanese roots, and then they sell the Japanese vegetables like the daikon and the gobo, the burdock root. And there's also there's some like a macrame, for example, a macrame maker. I think she's got Japanese, maybe she's of Japanese descent, but it seems like they maybe give preference, or maybe it's just the people that apply to sell things at that farmer's market or have a connection with Japan or Japanese culture.
And so
but it starts.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to mention it's going on right now, but it starts in I think it starts in May. And it goes all the way till October, May or June. It goes to October. So yeah, it's definitely all the summer months. So we're there every week because it's just across the street. But it's every second Sunday. It's every second and fourth Sunday of the month.
So I will be inviting myself over on a Sunday during that time frame.
Yes, no, for sure. It's really fun.
Visit the market and then come over to harass Tristan afterwards.
That sounds like a wonderful idea. Yeah, Tristan's just on the couch here. He's just ignoring us.
Sorry, what?
I said you're. It's Erica there.
The camera shy, huh?
A little bit. Yeah, I think he's doing something on his phone. But the cat seems to like him.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you both so very, very much. I am, and thank you everybody in our audience who has been so amazing and hanging in with us. And for those of you that asked questions and joined in the conversation, very, very thankful to everybody. And so that sort of wraps up today's Culture Travels podcast. And we will be having Manami and Maya, and probably it sounds like Tristan back on probably several more occasions to share with us. So how would we say, Maya? How would we say? Well, we say arigato for thank you, and how would we say goodbye?
Sayonara.
Sayonara. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Sayonara, everybody, and arigato. Have a great rest of your weekend.
You too.